the stars that never outrank one another, beneath the stripes that remember where we began. There's no crown stitched into this fabric, no throne sewn by a ruling hand. It's a banner of voices, uneven but bound, of states standing equal, of law holding ground. Not a promise of comfort, not a symbol of might, but a question we answer by how we live right. Under this flag, no one stands above the law, not the loudest voice, not the one we adore. Under this flag, power answers to truth, and freedom survives only if we do. It doesn't belong to the left or the right, it belongs to the oath, to the vigilant fight. Under this flag, we are servants, not kings, and liberty lives in the care that we bring. She stood in the harbor with a torch held high, not to judge the past, but to answer a cry to the tired, the poor, the yearning to breathe. She whispered of hope, not of who to believe. No questions of language, no test of the soul, just the promise of law and a chance to be whole. Her light was not mercy from power above, it was law made of courage, restraint and love. Under this flag, freedom isn't owned, it's entrusted, defended, and never lost. Under this flag, fear doesn't decide, justice walks slowly but it will not hide. It doesn't rise or fall with one single name, it survives by the rules, not the rush to acclaim. Under this flag, we are keepers, not gods, and the measure of strength is the limits we draw. We the people, not perfect but willing to try, to form something better than power applied, to establish justice, not favor or force, to keep peace at home, to stay a steady course. Defense without conquest, welfare without chains, liberty secured through carefully drawn lanes. Not words for a moment, not ink meant to fade, but a living restraint on the choices we've made. Under this flag, the law is the shield, not the sword of the angry, not the strong man's field. Under this flag, truth isn't bent, so no future is stolen and no oath is spent. It doesn't tremble at power or bow to command, it stands on the courage to say this we stand. Under this flag, we are equal in sight, bound not by rulers but by shared rights. Every soldier who stands, every servant who swears, doesn't pledge to a person, a party or chair. They vow to defend what cannot be owned, a framework of freedom, carefully honed at all costs, not to ego, not to fear, but to conscience and law, year after year. Because power unchecked is history's refrain, and silence is how liberty bleeds out in pain. History whispers in languages we ignore, of crowds taught to cheer while the truth left the door, of laws turned to weapons, of fear turned to creed, of flags used to silence instead of to lead. It never begins with chains in the street, it begins when we clap as restraint is retreat. When loyalty replaces the rule of the land, that's the moment the torch slips out of her hand. Under this flag, remember who we are, not a throne, not a man, not a moment in power. Under this flag, the highest command is the law that protects the least in the land. To the people, by the people, for the people, it stays only breathing as long as we guard it each day. Under this flag, let it never be said that freedom died quietly while we nodded our heads. So lift it with care, not in anger or pride, but with hands that are steady, with truth on our side. Because a flag is just cloth unless hearts understand. It only means something if we live what it stands for.